And welcome back to the sixth video in my Python tutorial course. And if you are new here, my name is Mubarak, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon for more latest updates, and don't forget to share with friends. And today in this video we're gonna be taking a look at the Boolean values. The Boolean values are nothing but the Boolean values. The Boolean data type has only two values, which are true or false. And this true and false, and when typed as a Python code, the Boolean values true and false like the double quote or the quotes of a string, and the Boolean values start with a capital letter. That is the true and false. The T is capitalized and the F is also capitalized. So if you just try and write true, as you can see, name true is not defined, but immediately I have it capitalized. See, the interpreter already knows that it is a Boolean value. Likewise, the false, as you can see, false. If I type with a small letter, you can see name false is not defined. So this Boolean values can be stored in a variable. For example, I can have egg equals to true. So now true is stored in egg, and if I print egg, so as you can see, I have true. And if we try to assign a value to that true and make that true a variable, Python will give us an error. Say we have say true equals to 2. You can see syntax error, can't assign to keyword. So any keyword in Python can't assign. You can't assign a value to it. Likewise, like we have the if equals to 4, you can see invalid syntax, this one. So the Boolean operators doesn't support assignment. So, and these are the Boolean operators. So there are comparison operators. The comparison operators, which are, let me just open up my notepad. So the comparison operators compare two values and evaluate down to a single Boolean value. So we have the equals to, which double equals to, which means equals to, and we have the not equal to, which we start with exclamation mark and equal sign. Not equal to, we have greater than, we have the less than, we have the less than or equals to, less than or equals to, and we have the last one, which is greater than greater than or equals to. So these are the comparison operators that compare two values and evaluate a Boolean data type, Boolean value. So these operators evaluate to true or false depending on the values you give them. So let's try some operators now with equals to, with equals to and not equals to. So here let me just compare two numbers. Let's say 3 equals to 3. As you can see, it evaluates to true because 3 is equals to 3. So now if I have 3 not equals to 3, you can see we have false because 3 is equals to 3, and here we are saying 3 is not equals to 3. Is 3 not equals to 3? So you know this is false. So we'll just have I can have 2 equals to 3. No, 2 equals to 3. You can see we have false because 2 is not equals to 3. So and we have, if we have we know 2 here now is not equals to 3. So if we test for 2 is not equals to 3, this will evaluate to 3 because 2 is not equals to 3. And as you might expect, equals to evaluate to true when the value on both sides are the same, and they're not equals to evaluate to true when the two values are different. And the equals to and not equals to operators can actually work with values of any data type. So we can not only compare integers, but we can compare string. Say hello equals to hello. As you can see, we have true also. So if I say hello not equals to hello, as you can see it's false because hello is equals to hello. And we can also compare float, like we can compare the numbers like 42 equals to 42.0. You can see we are having true, and the reason why we're having true here is that 42 is a number and 42.0 is also a number. But to say 42 equals to the string format of 42, you can see we're having false because Python treat their string as a text, while 42 and 42.0 they are both numbers, so it's equal to each other. So let's test the less than and greater than. So let's say, for example, is 2 less than 3. As you can see, we are having to because 2 is less than 3. So let's say is 3 less than 3. You see we're having false. If I change this to greater than 3, it will still evaluate to false because 3 here is equals to 3. It's not greater than 3 and it's not less than 3. So we can have like 42 greater than 100 is false because here 42 is less than 100. So the um let's check for greater than or equals to and less than or equals to. So to say I have, let me have a variable x equals to 40, for example, and test x greater than or equals to 40. As you can see, it is true because x is equals to 40 but not greater than, because this is a two conditional one. Is it greater than or equals to? So it evaluates to true. And this comparison of less than or equals to only work perfectly with numbers, the integer and float. It cannot be used for string. But let's try, let's say 20 less than hello. As you can see, the less than not supported between instances of int and string. So that's all for the comparison operators. And we have the Boolean operators, which are the and, or, and not. The and operator in the binary Boolean operator. Why is it binary? Because you know in binary we have only zeros and 0 and 1 as our output. So that's why Boolean operators are values are often called binary Boolean values. So we have the and. This and works like a multiplication. So the both parameters in the both hand side should be true because before it evaluates to true. So let's have a look. True and true. As you can see, it is true. Let's say true and false. You see, it is false because false on the other hand is false, and to evaluate to true, all the both side must be true to evaluate to true, because it works like multiplication. Like the true is 1 and false is 0. So if I say 1 times 0, as you can see, we are having 0. So that's what is happening in true and false. 1 times 0 is 0, but 1 times 1, as you can see, we're having 1, which is true. So that's the AND operator. And we have the OR operator. This OR operator works like addition. You can take it as like addition. So if either of the two is true, so it will evaluate to true. Let's true or false. You can see true because one of the parameter there is true. So if I have false or false, it will evaluate to false because then 0 plus 0 is 0. Yes, and here is 1 plus 0 is 1. And if we have true or true, we are still having true because 1 plus 1 is 1 in binary operations. And the last one is it is the NOT operator. The NOT operator works like only like an inverter, like a negation of the other value. So if we have not true, it's not false. If we have not false, true. So it's only the negation of the other value. So I'll have the truth table for the or and in the description below, so you can download it and practice it more frequently and more efficiently. So that's all I have for you for today. Please, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And one more thing, don't forget to share with friends. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time.